Hey, what's happening? This is Coach Karvell Bailey, and in today's video, let's talk about confidence. Let's get right down to the chase of this thing here, right? And so, if you're a parent and you may feel like your athlete is too good to deal with confidence issues, you're wrong, right? No matter what level an athlete is on, no matter how much physical ability an athlete has, at some point in time, they will have mindset issues. They'll have confidence issues. And will they know how to work themselves out of that hole that they've got themselves into? And so let's talk about Giannis, right? I don't necessarily know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to attempt to do it. But Giannis, the Greek freak, right? We saw in game 3 of the 2021 NBA Finals, Giannis go 13 for 17 from the free throw line. However, we know that in games 1 and 2, it was nowhere close, right? He shot air balls. He shot them short. He had like 10-second call violations, right? Everything. And the only difference between games 1 and 2 and game 3 was the location. That was the only difference, the location. And so based on the location, right, the fans counting every time he dribbled, they counting every time he get up to the free throw line, they getting upset, they talking about him, right? But he didn't have none of those things when he was at home for game 3. In fact, when Giannis went to the free throw line those 17 times, by the way, athletes, right? Parents, get your athletes to understand. If they really, really want to stay on the court, and if they really, really even care about scoring a lot of points, learn to get to the free throw line. 17 free throw attempts in a game is amazing. It's amazing no matter how you cut it. It's amazing. 17 attempts, free attempts, that's 17 points. You don't have to attempt another shot. So athletes should learn how to get to the free throw line and then learn how to make them consistently once they get to the free throw line, right? Because people say defense wins championships, but defense and free throws win championships, or they can lose you championships. Does that make sense? So now back to Giannis. The only difference was the location of the games, which means that everything going on in games 1 and 2 from the free throw line was all in his head. And from his head, then it like affected his form, his follow through, his legs, his power, right? It affected all those things because of how he was thinking. But when he got to Milwaukee, he probably wasn't thinking about any of those things or thinking about those things as much because it wasn't magnified. So before I get out of here, let me get you to understand again, it's not always just the physical ability, right? Because Giannis' physical ability allowed for him to get to the free throw line in games 1 and 2. But his mental capacity and his confidence level did not allow him to make as many free throws or a greater percentage of free throws in games 1 and 2 as he did in 3. That, my friends, simply boils down to confidence. 2-time MVP still has confidence issues, no matter how you cut it. And so what makes you think that your athlete will not go through or hasn't gone through or is not currently going through one of those phases? And oftentimes in closing, right, like with Giannis, the confidence issues stem from how people are going to look at them, what people are going to say about them in the process. So your athlete is probably focusing on what others are going to think about them, what others are going to say about them, and those others can also include you. What's the long car ride home after the game, right? What's the conversations after a good game, after a bad game, after workouts, after training, after practice? What are they hearing that now makes them start to think a certain thing? And that's what Giannis' issue was. So let's see, who knows what'll happen in game 4 or game 5. And if they happen to make it back in Phoenix, I want you to keep an eye on that confidence thing. All right. So if you know that your athlete has some confidence issues also, and you want to be able to help put them in a better situation to get out of that thing so that they can unleash, right, their real talents and gifts and be able to help them put themselves in position to be recruited over and over and over again, not only for college, but also in life, then reach out to me. Reach out to me and my team, and let's hop on the phone and let's have a conversation and see exactly how we can help your athlete overcome those confidence issues. Because if Giannis has them, two-time MVP, I'm pretty sure your athlete has them also. All right. And by the way, if you haven't had a chance to check out my free case study video where I show you, right, really the three main things, the three main components that coaches look for in recruiting student athletes, then go check out that free case study video at BeTheRightRecruit.com. All right, this is Coach Karvell Bailey. Remember, confidence is key in achieving all your goals. All right, talk to you later. Peace.